So, all right, guys, we got to get this one right. On three, we're going to say, welcome back to Extraordinary Thoughts for on their mind. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Mind.
And we back.
That'll work right there.
Yeah.
And we back. And we
Yeah.
back. And we back. And we
Y'all did y'all best. And that's all that matters.
Now, before we get started with this episode, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this episode, share this podcast, and if you can, do me a favor, head on down to the review section and leave an honest review, because this podcast was dedicated to helping us become a better version of ourselves. And I don't know what that version is, but I know that just like we need a little bit more money, just like we need a little bit more sleep, just like we need a little bit more of anything in life, we deserve to be a little better than what we are right now. What's going on, everybody? It's that ordinary podcaster with the extraordinary thoughts that tells you to stop being great and be extraordinary. I'm your host, Demetrius Thigpen, also known as Meech Speaks, and welcome back to another episode of Extraordinary Thoughts for the Ordinary Mind. Now, today's episode isn't necessarily a topic that I had in mind, but more so an experience. And I really wanted to just share this experience because I don't know who needs to hear it. Now, one thing about me that a lot of people don't know is that I am a parent. And the reason why a lot of people don't know about it is because I just don't talk about it. And it's not that I'm hiding my kids or anything like that. It's the simple fact that I don't really share that part of my life with people unless we know each other personally. And I'm okay with that. I feel like certain people shouldn't be able to know certain aspects about you. Also, I'm not posting my kids on social media, especially when people are taking my damn pictures and creating fake profiles and hooking up with people's aunties and shit like that and having them send money. And they are not about to utilize my kids as a sympathy post to be able to get them. You feel me? I can go down the list on reasons why I don't post my kids on social media. But if you know me personally, then you know that I am a parent and I'm an active parent. And as I talk about parenthood, I really just want to tell people that I'm a father that grew up without a father, navigating through the trenches of fatherhood, doing the best that he can. And parenthood has taught me so many things. In fact, parenthood probably made me the leader that I am today. And I know it's made me the man that I am today. And it's given me an outlook about things that I don't think I would have ever acquired if I wasn't a parent. And this experience that I'm about to share gave me a different outlook on life. Now, I'm a firm believer that kids will show you aspects of, they're a reflection of aspects of you. You know what I mean? That you and your child might share the same type of personality. Y'all might have the same type of hobbies. I'm also a firm believer that your child will reflect things that you need to work on. Now, the child that I'm talking about in particular is my son. He holds a mirror up to my face of things that I need to work on. And the one thing that I need to work on with him is patience, because Lord knows that boy tests my patience on a regular basis. And when I say that he pushes the envelope, God, he pushes the envelope. I know God sent him to here to teach me patience. I know he did. Now, this story, I don't really want to call it a story. I just really want to say that this actually did happen. It did happen. My son, he comes up to me, right? And he says, Dad, can we go to the park? He said this on Thursday. I told him we can do it tomorrow. Friday comes, he says, Dad, can we go to the park? I said, tomorrow. Here it is, Saturday. He says, Dad, can we go to the park? And I'm like, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and go. We go to the park and, we're playing around and him and his sisters, they're playing. Now, once again, like I've been to the park with my children and I try not to, I try to play with my kids. But I don't know how to play with kids. You feel me? Like I don't know how to play with kids. I'm very competitive. You know what I mean? Like I get very competitive. So if we play in a game, I'm in it to win it. You feel me? And my son, like he goes over to the jungle gym. He goes over to the monkey bars. And he says, Dad, watch me climb these monkey bars. And as he's climbing these monkey bars, he starts climbing, going from one bar to the next bar. And next thing you know, he comes down. Now, if you've heard this before, you know that this is a similar story because this happened with me and my daughter. We went to the park one time and she climbed up a wall and she got halfway there. And came down. And if you know that story, it didn't sit right with me. It didn't really sit right with me, because I ain't a quitter. I ain't in the business of doing things halfway and not doing it. And the last time that me and my daughter had went to the park, we ended up staying 4 hours until she climbed up a wall. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of hesitant when we go to the park because I'm like this, hey, let's just let the kids play. You know what I mean? Let the kids play. My son, he goes back over to the jungle gym and he's climbing these monkey bars. He gets the 2 bars, comes down. Does it again, gets the 2 bars, comes down. And at this time, like I'm trying not to give it. I'm looking at him, but I'm trying not to give it that type of attention because I see how many monkey bars it is, and that competitive urge in me is starting to kick in, and I'm trying. But my son, remember when I told you that he teaches me patience? Today he's about to teach me something different. He climbed the monkey bars again, and he got to 1, he got to 2, then he got to 3. Comes down again. He gets back up and he gets to 1, he gets to 2, and he gets to 3. And as he reaches for the 4th bar, he comes down and he dusts himself off. And I'm thinking that he's about to go back up there, but he looks like he's about to go somewhere else. And I say, hey, man, I say, Connor, man, why don't you get back up there, man, and try it again? He says, all right, I'm going to try it again. He gets up to 1, he gets up to 2, he gets up to 3, and he gets up to 4, comes down. He looks up at the monkey bars, then he looks over at me. And at this moment right now, man, like I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. But for some reason, that switch, it clicked on again. And I said, Connor, get back up there and do it again. He gets to 1, he gets to 2, he gets to 3, he gets to 4, comes down. Does it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time when he comes down hard. He comes down hard. And his sisters, they come over there and they're like, Connor, come over here. And I'm like, this, hold on. And Connor looks over at them and he looks over at me. And I'm like, this, Connor, do it again. And I'm going to just stop for a second because you would think that I had learned my lesson the last time, but I'm not in the business of walking away from lessons that life is trying to teach me. And I really want to just share this real quick because in this moment right here, my son is about to teach me a lesson. He gets to 1, he gets to 2, he gets to 3, he gets to 4, and then he gets to 5. Comes down, he comes down hard, just like he did last time. And at this point right now, man, like I just really want to just take a moment and just say that I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what he's doing. I am. I'm impressed with his effort. I'm impressed with his determination. I'm impressed because I didn't know if he was going to be, I didn't think that he had it in him. And as I'm about to call it, you feel me? Like I'm about to call it. And I'm about to tell him like, all right, man, like you good, bro. Like you got to the monkey bars. I hear him say 3. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? He gets to 1, he gets to 2, he gets to 3, he gets to 4, he gets to 5, he gets to 6, comes down, and he came down hard. This time you could see like his eyes start to water up. You feel me? Like his eyes start to water up because he did come down hard. And at this point right now, like the switch flips and I start to become the parent again. I don't need to be the motivator no more. I need to be the parent. And I say, Connor, bro, you good. And he dusts himself off. And he says 2. He says 2. What he's doing right now is that he's counting how many left. And I bring this part up, man, because how many of us have been in that situation where, we feel like we have given it 100%. You know what I mean? Like we feel like we have given it everything in the tank just to find out that the tank has more in it. You know what I mean? You still got a lot left to give. How many times have we been in a situation, right? Like how many times have we been in a situation where somebody else has stepped in and said, hey, you're good, don't worry about it. But you feel like you still got to give a little bit more. And at this point right now, that's what Connor feels like. And he gets back up. 1, 2, 3 bars, 4, 5, 6, 7, comes down hard. And I look at him and he looks up at the bars and you can just see it in his eyes. He's like this, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. We stayed there. I didn't say anything else. I just let him do what he had to do. And each time that he did it, each time that he failed, he just dusted himself off and he kept going. This was a determination that I had never seen from him before. And he did it again. And he did it again until finally he got to the 8th bar. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point right now, I want to jump for joy. I really want to jump for joy. And I say I want to jump for joy because this was a lesson that I thought that we would be dealing with later on. This was a lesson that I thought that we would be dealing with later on. And I went up to my son and I said, son, why did you keep doing that? Like, why did you keep going even though you kept falling down? And he tells me that he looked at me and he just said, I wanted to climb the monkey bars. That was it. He looked at me and that's all that he really wanted to do. He just said, I wanted to climb the monkey bar. And I wanted to climb all of them. We go back to the house and I sat there kind of quiet. I sat there quiet because he just wanted to do it. That's why he did it. And I just really want to just take a moment as I share this experience because I don't know how many people just want to do something, right? Like when you truly want to do something, you will stop at nothing to do it. Like, I don't know who need to hear this, but you weren't born a quitter. You feel me? Like you weren't born a quitter. You were the sperm that made it to the egg. And when your mother carried you for 9 months, you didn't come into this world as a quitter. Hell, you weren't a quitter when you were a child. And I know that you weren't a quitter when you were a child because everyone that's listening right now, let me rephrase. Everyone learned how to walk. You feel me? Like everyone learned how to walk at one point. And for my parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you got a child, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about like, when they learned how to walk. Because when a child learns how to walk, that's how you find out that a child's very durable. Because they fall. You feel me? Like they fall and they fall hard. And then they get themselves back up, they dust themselves off, and they continue to keep walking again. Because they want to walk. You feel me? Like they want to walk. And as parents, sometimes we want to step in. You know what I mean? We want to help them out. But they continue to keep going until they get it. My son taught me a lesson about not quitting. I didn't expect a 7-year-old to be teaching me that. My son taught me a lesson about believing in yourself. I did not expect my 7-year-old to teach me that. That when you believe in yourself, right? Like when you want to do it, when you truly want to do it, you will stop at nothing to continue to keep doing it. I don't know who need to hear that. That you weren't born a quitter. And a lot of people like always ask me like why I always talk about believing in yourself. Why I'm so heavy on believing in yourself. Like you got to believe in yourself unconditionally. You feel me? Like you got to believe in yourself on your worst days just like you believe in yourself on your best days. You got to believe in yourself the same way that you be hyping everybody up, telling them that they can do it. You got to believe in yourself to be able to say that you can do it. And in that moment right there, I watched my 7-year-old son tell himself that he can do it. Hype himself up. A lesson in life that shit, I guess I needed to learn. Because I'm going to just be honest with you. I have had those days. I've had those days where I did not believe in me. I had them days where I believed in me on conditions. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm talking about too. This ain't my best day, so, I ain't going to give it 100%. This ain't my best day, so I'm going to make excuses about it. My son, I'm 100% sure that probably wasn't his best day, but he still believed in himself. And I just really want to just tell somebody that you weren't born a quitter. And I want that shit to echo, man, like you weren't born a quitter. People quit when they stop believing in themselves. The moment that they stop believing in themselves, that's when they want to quit. The moment that they feel like this ain't working out for them, that's when they'll quit. When they feel like they just can't do it anymore, that's when they'll quit. So I don't know what you got going on this week. I don't know what goal you trying to accomplish. But I'm going to just tell you this right now, because I don't know when the last time you've heard it, but you weren't born a quitter. You got to believe in you. You have to believe in you. And just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. I hope you enjoyed this episode half as much as I enjoyed making it. Stay tuned every Monday as we bring you another episode. And lastly, don't forget to like this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, and share this podcast, because this podcast was dedicated to helping you become a better version of yourself. And I don't know who needs to hear that, but just like we need more sleep, just like we need more money, we deserve to be a better version of ourselves. Stay hungry, stay motivated. I'm out.